Next up, we got the young hockey psychology. The NHL playoffs explained. Stanley Cup final. Now, we did just check out the whole haters guide to the NHL playoffs, and which I love. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me know in the comments, who do y'all have in the Stanley Cup final? Me personally, I got McJesus. All right. If somebody on the team named Jesus, if his name is Jesus, then that's all faith I need. All right. So let me know in the comments who y'all got. Love y'all. Hit that like button, hit that sub button.
The 2024 Stanley Cup Finals are officially set between the Florida Panthers and Edmonton Oilers, and we're in for an historic matchup. One team is looking to win their first cup in franchise history, while the other looks to be the first team to bring the cup back to Canada since 1993. This is the hockey fans' all-in-one guide to the Stanley Cup Final, so let's take a deep dive into all the strategies and storylines that make this one of the most fascinating matchups.
Now, I really want to shout out to Hockey Psychology. I really want to shout out because we really been learning hockey in general, and this channel right here has been the main channel that's helped me. You know what I mean? All these breaking down the videos, explaining videos, like when I just watched hockey or just watched the highlights, I should say, I don't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I think they're just passing it to each other, and whoever open, and then if you score, you score. You know, like, I just think that's how it is. But whole time, everything is calculated. Every single thing
that we've seen in years.
So shout out to Hockey Psychology breaking it down,
and storylines that make this one of the most fascinating matchups that we've seen in years. The Florida Panthers. The path to the cup for the Panthers has been different than their previous run from last season. There's a completely different attitude and swagger about this group. After losing to the Vegas Golden Knights in the 2023 Stanley Cup Final, this group has learned from that run and come back with a vengeance this season. There's a standard buy-in from every player, and this year's run has a much more complete
effort. Did he just elbow him in the face?
There's a standard buy-in from every player, and this year's run has a much more complete effort instead of the Kachuk and Bobrovsky show that we got last season. The Panthers took care of business in the first round by beating the Lightning in 5 games, and then the Bruins again in 6. They then rallied from a 2-1 series deficit to come back and beat the Rangers in 6 games. They now find themselves in the same spot as last year with another opportunity to finish the job. The Panthers are a team that are going to go through you to win, and tactically, here's how they can beat the Oilers. First is off the rush. The Panthers' structure in the neutral zone can force the Oilers to make turnovers and create a rush of their own the other way. In Game 5 against the Rangers, the Panthers stuffed a play at their blue line to create a turnover and then instantly had their D jump up in the play to make it a 4-on-3 rush, which led to a goal. Okay. Defensively, the Panthers play a 1-1-3 trap in the neutral zone, which usually sees the F3 retreat early to help take away all the lanes at the defending blue line. With the F3 almost always in a solid position for Florida, a quick turnover in the neutral zone can allow the Panthers to generate offense off the rush and make Edmonton pay for bad puck management.
So I wonder if, since I'm like new to hockey, if I was to ever play hockey and I could learn how to skate, so like that, I wonder if I would be something like good like that. Cause it's the same with basketball. Like, I'm trying to learn how to play basketball. You know, I'm a football player. You know what I'm saying? I play football. And baseball, so those are my natural sports. But every other sport, you know what I'm saying, I'm not good at. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like since I am an athlete, that goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I am an athlete. So when I get on a basketball court, I can't score, but I will play the most magnificent defense you've ever seen. No cap. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if I could do the same thing here, if I can learn how to skate, if I could just play defense. No cap.
Panthers will also look to expose Edmonton for Florida. A quick turnover in the neutral zone can allow the Panthers to generate offense off the rush and make Edmonton pay for bad puck management. The Panthers will also look to expose Edmonton off the rush in a similar way Dallas did early in their series. In the neutral zone, the Oilers run a typical 1-2-2 neutral zone forecheck, which can be exploited by stretching the ice and finding the space between the Ds and the back-checking forwards. The Stars' lone goal in Game 6 came off of this exact play. Dallas takes advantage of an over-aggressive Edmonton F3 and gains the middle against backpedaling Edmonton defensemen. The two Dallas forwards crisscross on entry to create uncertainty and then capitalize on the Oilers over-collapsing towards the net. Dallas was able to expose this quite frequently early on in the series, but Edmonton adjusted by making sure that their F3s retreated early and often to allow their Ds to step up. Because of that support, it also allows the Oilers to easily transition into their defensive coverage. As Dallas pushes Edmonton's D back and finds the middle, the Oilers forwards backtrack hard inside the dot lane and transition to a box+1 defensive zone coverage. Florida will look for opportunities to stretch out the Oilers, but with that type of support, this is going to encourage the Panthers to use their biggest strength to dismantle Edmonton, and that's their forecheck. All playoffs long, the Panthers have withered down teams by chipping it in and getting into their 1-2-2 forecheck and then using their cycle to create mistakes. If the Panthers can't stretch out the Oilers, they're more than happy to dump it in and force the Oilers D to make a play under pressure. The Panthers have owned teams along the wall, and in the 2 meetings against Edmonton this season, the Panthers' cycle game exposed the Oilers' relatively passive zone coverage. With the Oilers playing a box+1, the Panthers will look to cycle the puck from high to low to spread out the Oilers in coverage. Once spread out, the Panthers look to capitalize by having the third forward or even the defenseman find the soft spot in the slot for a high danger chance. For the Panthers, all 5 players on every line protect the puck extremely well along the wall, and they do such a good job at supporting each other's aggressiveness to maintain pressure. That alone can simply be too much for Edmonton to handle. But then you add a player like Alexander Barkov. The Selke Award winner has shut down the game's very best in Kucherov, Pastrnak, and Panarin in the first 3 rounds. He will likely be tasked with slowing down Connor McDavid. However, his hockey sense allows Florida to play their relentless style. As the center and usually the high forward, Barkov is almost always in the right spot to support his D, making a well-timed pinch to maintain their pressure. His ability to turn defense into offense will be the #1 way he can shut down the best player on the planet. Combining all of these factors,
I did not know somebody could actually stop him. I didn't know that. So that's hold on, that might be something. Okay, hold on.
How determined this team has looked all playoffs long, it's no wonder why they are the strong favorites. This team is the epitome of playoff hockey, and based on what we've seen, the Panthers are expected to win. However, if there's one team that could shock everyone, it's their opponent.
Yeah,
the Edmonton Oilers.
Facts.
The Oilers' journey here has been nothing short of incredible. In November, they were in
so
the basement.
it looked like the underdogs is the Oilers, and which honestly we kind of already know that. You know what I mean? Because the Oilers, I don't think that team is that good. They really have like what 3 players on their team, so. They really, you know what I'm saying? It's really just up to McJesus, bro. It's up to him, bro. Honestly, if he can come to play, you know what I'm saying? It could actually be a great series. But if they find a way to stop McJesus, let me know in the comments. If they can stop McJesus, what will happen? Will they get swept? Will they still be able to win? Will they have to like find a different type of way to score? You know what I mean? If they can find a way to stop McJesus, which is already hard to do. Okay, what will happen then for the Oilers? Let me know in the comments.
The league fired their coach and brought in Chris Knoblauch. Over the final 69 games of the regular season after Knoblauch was hired, the Oilers were the best team in the NHL, picking up 46 wins and 97 points. The Oilers spanked the Kings in 5 games in the first round before needing 7 to beat the Canucks. Despite majority of the hockey world thinking that they don't have a shot against the Dallas Stars, the Oilers advanced off the back of Stuart Skinner with a legacy performance in Game 6.
Oh.
It shouldn't surprise anyone that the Edmonton Oilers are also considered underdogs in this series. So if they want any chance of pulling off an upset, they will need to put on a tactical clinic. That starts with the matchup game between Connor McDavid and Gustav Forsling. Forsling is the Panthers' best defenseman, but there are ways that Connor McDavid can expose him. Okay. Off the rush, Forsling's strong game is based off of his mobility and anticipation. He usually attaches to threats early and then skates forward to go stick on puck as the pass arrives. However, McDavid was able to expose him early in the year with his sheer speed. Watch here McDavid use his speed threat to force Forsling to skate forward and attach through him through the neutral zone. As McDavid receives the puck, he's going to cut back and expose the lane behind Forsling. Now when the Oilers are in the zone, the movement of the Oilers' high cycle can cause issues.
See, that's how I was actually going to say that. So that's how you know my hockey now is getting better. Because I was about to say, he like pressing way too hard. You know what I'm saying? What is it, the neutral zone? When they coming in from the neutral zone, it's like, I don't know how I feel about that, bro. Especially against Connor McDavid. He's literally the fastest man on skates ever. So you think you're gonna be able to just press him super hard and he gonna just fold like that? No. It's crazy that I didn't even know they already played.
The Oilers are in the
It's
zone.
supposed to be like what?
Cut
The
back
beginning
and
of the season?
expose the lane behind Forsling. Now, when the Oilers are in the zone, the movement of the Oilers' high cycle can cause issues for Florida. The Panthers use a hybrid defensive zone coverage, which sees the strong side defenseman responsible for chasing the puck carrier toward the point on a low to high carry. Forsling's quickness usually gives him an advantage against the majority of attackers, but not against McDavid. Here the Oilers run a high cycle, and one after the other, the Panthers skaters follow the play up toward the point. McDavid draws Forsling away from the net, catches the puck inside a cutback, and then wins a race to the net. With the Panthers using man-on-man as the puck gets near the blue line, the Oilers will look to use a high cycle all the way down the lineup to potentially create space. However, the main way the Oilers can tilt the series in their favor is, of course, special teams. Having both the #1 ranked power play and penalty kill in these playoffs means that the Oilers can change the momentum of the game just like that.
Wow.
The Oilers' PK has killed 28 straight penalties because of their ability to stop the other team's entry. They play the 1-3 structure so well to force a turnover at the blue line and make life extremely difficult for top units to get set up in the zone. In their own end, the Oilers play a 1-1-2 structure, with the top forward consistently pressuring to trap down the play towards the boards and give puck carriers very little space. As good as the kill has been for Edmonton, the Oilers' power play has been better. Heading into the finals, it is operating at an absurd 93%. When the Oilers stack McDavid and Draisaitl on the same side of the ice, it becomes borderline impossible to defend.
Wow.
At every option, the penalty killers are in trouble. They have to defend McDavid's puck carrying and Draisaitl shooting on the strong side, while simultaneously accounting for Zach Hyman and Nugent Hopkins in front of the net and near the back post.
Wow.
If they somehow do a good job at neutralizing all of those threats, it goes way out the door if Evan Bouchard blasts one home with a point shot. The Oilers' primary reads on the power play come from McDavid and Draisaitl on the right side. McDavid loves to thread in the middle of the ice and then feed Draisaitl for either a one-time blast or a quick backdoor pass to Zach Hyman. With the Panthers' PK playing a diamond formation similar to Dallas, there may be opportunities to isolate.
Wait, so what happened in the beginning of the season?
PK playing a
That scoreboard.
diamond formation similar to Dallas, there may be opportunities to isolate the lone defender at the net for a 2-on-1 back post pass tap in to Zach Hyman. So far, no one has been able to solve the Oilers' power play, so the best way to kill it off for Florida is to not even get in penalty trouble to begin with. Looking at how these two teams match up, there's always the X factor of goaltending. The Panthers have slayed down a murderer's row of goaltenders in these playoffs by taking down Vasilevsky, Swayman, and Shesterkin. Even when they are at their best, the Panthers have found ways to pour a volume of quality shots to eventually make them break. As for Stuart Skinner, he's proven he can come up big when it matters the most, despite having some rocky situations all throughout these playoffs. It's just a matter of whether or not he can stay consistent enough throughout the series to give Edmonton a real chance. The Oilers also brought in George Mumford, who is the same sports psychologist who helped out Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan to help provide guidance for Stuart Skinner. It's helped him navigate through the roller coaster of these playoffs, and it could be the difference in helping him find the consistency needed to beat the Panthers. At every angle, there's an area where...
Hold on. Who did he say it was? George Mumford? Okay.
Find the consistency needed to beat the Panthers. At every angle, there's an area where both of these teams have the opportunity to expose each other. And behind all the storylines that make this final so great is a chess match between two franchises that will be willing to give everything to win the Stanley Cup. So, who do you have winning the cup? Let us know your pick.
See, I like going for the underdogs. You know, I like that, you know, the underdog story. Somebody was down 3-1 and they came back to win it all. You know what I mean? It's similar to like a movie. So I got the Oilers. All right. They seem like they only, is that really their only chance? Because that's really what all he talked about, honestly. It was just a power play. So if they get a power play, they're unstoppable. But if they don't have a power play, then what? I don't know. That's the question. So we're gonna have to see, bro. When is it? I think the first game is Saturday or tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, this is a perfect day to post this. All right, let me know in the comments who y'all got. I love y'all.